It's a hot show, I'll tell you that much. Live from New York, it's the show that wants to play for Dan Campbell. Lions might go to the Super Bowl, bro.
Oh, Brew doesn't believe in him.
Tony Romo said
you about one team you guys were raving about.
Who was that?
You'll see. We'll talk about that.
First things first. Brew, I'm happy to report that my faith in Brock Purdy is restored.
Oh, this guy. You are.
I'm a results-driven guy.
Yeah.
Brew, how about you?
Well, first of all, does this answer your question? Does this answer your question? And before I go further, wait, what?
I'm back too.
Wait, no, I will not allow this. I will not allow this,
is
Wildes.
great.
All right,
He was out on
I
Brock.
wanted nothing more than to celebrate Brock's resurgence together.
3 in a row.
Even though you never lived in Iowa, I wanted you to yell Iowa Mafia.
Yeah.
But you bailed. You wouldn't hang in there. 3 little tough games. It happens. I told you it happens. And you went over there and sat with Nick.
I literally.
Figuratively speaking. All right. So,
Is
my faith restored?
Yeah.
No.
It was
because my faith never left, and you know I stood by my statement that after 5 weeks he was the MVP.
Yeah,
I stood by I never called him a Hall of Famer. I just said he's a good quarterback, and he will come back.
You wouldn't
he
confidently
will bounce back.
say
no,
he was
I said
going to
Trevor's
play.
better.
Yeah, there you
Trevor's
go.
a better. I mean,
maybe.
I think he's
Might
better.
be.
Yeah, I think he's better. But Brock, I stood by Brock, and here's why. Because one. Most people didn't get the context of what happened.
Sunglasses on.
Most people didn't get the context of what was going to Nick, and you know this. You're a smart football guy.
Appreciate that.
The loss, Cleveland.
Yeah, he played terribly, and so they
played badly. But then when push came to shove and they needed a drive, he delivered.
Mr.
The rookie
Clutch.
kicker just messed it up. Okay,
sure.
Minnesota. Played well. Played actually a really good game until he got concussed and threw 2 interceptions. All right, but we didn't look at it that way. Cincinnati, a bad game, but guess what? It happens. Mahomes has had a bad game here or there.
Joe Montana had bad
So let me finish. Let me finish.
I'm gonna let you finish, but just so you know, where people struggle and you're like, we're not calling him a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying he's great. When the first name you compare him to is Mahomes, I think that's what gives people the wrong idea.
Dak has had bad games.
Okay,
how about that better? That's Lamar has had bad games. How about that? All right.
Tom Brady.
Nick, you will be with me on this. That was impressive on Sunday. Because you come back and the whole football world is watching you. How is this little Mr. Irrelevant? How's this kid from Iowa State? Oh, we saw him on the tractor during the bye week. Really? Let's see how he does, all right? The heat is on, all right? And what does he do? He comes out there, throws for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, which is huge because Jacksonville was tied, entering the game, tied for first in the league in interceptions. They take the ball away from you. And he went in there and played tremendously. Brock Purdy is back, and so are the Niners. And you know I never wavered on the Niners either.
You never wavered on the Niners. You were waiver adjacent on Purdy.
No.
But listen, credit to him.
I played along.
I played the game.
Credit to him.
Right, exactly.
You got to do a little bit.
Credit to him. He won a game that I did not think the Niners were going to win. I'm not now going to do what so many folks, most notably you two, do, which is pick a team to lose and then when they win, be like, it's not that big of a win. That team's not that good. I thought the Niners were going to lose this game. I thought Brock Purdy was going to have another bad game, and I was wrong. Now, did he restore faith or have me, in my case, give me new reason for faith? No.
Okay.
Because this is the circumstances we have seen him succeed when he has succeeded. All the Avengers were back. They were playing with a lead the entire time. We know under those circumstances, the Niners and Purdy can look great. And they got the lead thanks to what I would call good fortune on a terrible decision and a bad, just an awful decision. And if you, to use the old Reading Rainbow line, you don't have to take my word for it.
That's a tight window throw.
Oh, do you think that was a good decision?
No, it wasn't a good decision. Even he admitted it was a bad decision.
And you know who else did? Kyle Shanahan. We can play the audio. This was to put him up 7-0. Here's what Kyle Shanahan said after the game about this decision 5 minutes in. That was the first touchdown, and that's his head coach saying that, not me. His second one, I got to tell you, if this is a throw he can actually make, then I've underestimated him.
Yeah.
This one strikes me as
It seems like he can make it.
How do you say that again?
if
Because he
this
just
is
made
a throw he can actually consistently make.
Oh,
I have
consistently.
underestimated him.
it. You don't think he can consistently do that?
No, without the ability to step into a throw on a
beautiful
line. I mean, this was, aside from some of the
It's a
C.J.
sick throw.
Stroud plays,
That's
about
a
as good of a
30-yard
play.
throw.
I
I mean, it's a
understand,
great
but
pass,
a throw
I'm just saying.
outside the numbers without being able to step
Pocket
into it with the
collapse,
pocket collapsing. So, but these are the circumstances that we've seen him succeed. They get out to a lead. The other team is focused on McCaffrey to the point to where poor McCaffrey's streak gets broken, and the Niners are a ball rolling downhill. I still have the same concern that I think deep down Kyle Shanahan does, which is, Brew, what are the Niners? What type of team are they?
S-Bob.
They're an S-Bob team. Can this team go on the road in Philadelphia and win? Can we be trailing at any point in the second half and play a good game and win that game? That's the question. So were those questions answered for me? No. They won a game that I did not expect them to win. Why do you look like you bit into a sour pear?
They have to be. He's getting penalized for being ahead.
Right.
He did go
helps him
into
get
Jacksonville.
ahead. He helps him get ahead. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was the first touchdown
The numbers
pass.
on Purdy. Because you guys used to both be facts guy, but now
It's
Bruce
just me.
the facts
It's
guy.
just me.
Passer rating, he's best in the league. Yards per passer, they're not these little, or they are.
Right.
They do count. Touchdown percentage is fourth. Completion percentage is seventh. Just
Wait.
a little bit ahead of
Why? Hold on a second.
little bit ahead.
This is now I'm going to get as frustrated.
A little bit
What
a
is?
little bit completion percentage.
All of them he's ahead of Mahomes, I would imagine.
Yeah, but the completion,
this
literally,
is,
it's like 98.7.
This is where, the frustration Brew had with you last week, I now have with you now. You are making all of the exact same arguments and making the same faces that you made the first 5 weeks of the year.
Yeah.
And then the last month, you have been slowly but surely coming over to my side of things.
Yep.
And now you're acting like all of the points all of the concerns I had that you shared on Friday,
Yeah.
correct, Brew?
Yes,
that
you were-
he
you
shared
were
on Friday,
clearly
that
on that
they're
side of the
gone.
table.
That they're
Buddy.
totally gone.
If it's raining out, I'm going to bring an umbrella. And I'll be like, you know what? It's raining out.
Yeah.
But if it's sunny out, you're like, where's your umbrella, Wild?
Well-
where are you? Where's Mr. Raincoat now?
No.
You
Bro,
know
it's
what?
sunny out now.
No, but that's
Very
I'm out
good,
here in a
Wild.
tank
That's
top.
not
You
very
know what?
Brew.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Don't let him
I'm
have
letting you
it.
back.
That's because if the question was evaluate Brock Purdy's game yesterday, that is a different discussion. Faith being restored, or how much faith you should have, is about projection, which you were worried about.
I was 3 in a row.
You were worried about. And
You're
now
not
that we
worried
saw him
anymore.
win a game, the likes of
No.
which we have seen him consistently win, all of a sudden those concerns shouldn't be belied.
But
sunny
again,
day.
Nick, he did help him build that lead.
No,
He
absolutely.
made some great passes.
I thought the first words out of my mouth were credit to him. They won a game I did not think they were going to win, and credit to you, Brew, in this regard, where I will give you credit. What is that? A lot of football media had the Niners as the best team in the league, as an A1 contender.
That's right.
And then talked about how broken they were.
Yep.
You never quite had them as the best team in the league, nor did I. And you
have them on
said
that
on
elite
Friday
level.
that they were an
Still top
A-level
contender.
contender, and yesterday, at full strength, they looked like one, and credit to them. They won a great game.
Let's check in on the Prince, the other side of the ball. 31-point loss, same as a 3-point loss? I don't know. I'm sure if the Giants lost that game 47-44, they would feel better. But are you concerned about the Prince?
Well, listen, the Prince has to be better. There's no denying it. That was a big litmus test game for him, and the Prince has got to be better.
My boys! My boys! That's right, baby!
They were both,
yes!
so. That's funny.
Oh,
This
back.
is so unfortunate. I like the trumpet so much.
Oh, now you like the Royal Trumpeters. Fellas, he used to call you the Bugle Boys. I want you to know that. Listen, the Prince needs to be better, and needed to be better yesterday. Now, luckily for him, Brew, as you make a mockery of the Royal Trumpeteers, for the first time we
love
had
them,
them
especially the
after
hats.
a Trevor loss. The hats are a nice touch. Luckily for him, the holidays are for the Prince's favorite time of year. Last year,
I didn't know that.
well, we can show you the numbers. Last year, when did his season turn around? It was after Week 10. Last year, through Week 10, He wasn't that good. The team wasn't that good. Luckily, this year, through week 10, the team's actually been pretty good. He's just been okay. And then at the end of the year, the rest of the regular season, he turned it on. And so I just believe, Brew, the overreaction today is going to be priceless. Because the Jags were, if they had won that game, the story was going to be, should the Jags be considered a top-of-the-line contender across the league? And now the discussion is going to be, are the Jags frauds? Well, at which they clearly are not. Now, are they Kansas City, Philadelphia, San Francisco, or Detroit? No. But are they
not even Detroit now?
I think Detroit's excellent.
Detroit's rolling.
You don't believe in Detroit. No, a lot of other people do. But I think that Jacksonville is right there with Dallas and the entire AFC North in that next group of contenders. That's what I think the 6-3 Jags are. Now, Trevor's got to be better. Right, and I believe Trevor will be better because this was the time last year when he turned it around. But Trevor yesterday it's not like, well, he played well, but they lost. He played poorly. The defense played poorly. The running game played poorly. But it starts with him, and his turnovers put them in a hole they couldn't recover from. So, yeah, I'm not concerned about him long term, but I can tell you fairly and honestly that yesterday was a very poor performance by Trevor Lawrence. There's no doubt about that.
Look, I like Trevor Lawrence. I'm not just saying this. My problem is the tomfoolery.
What?
My problem is all the pomp and circumstance.
Why did you bring our friends out here?
Prince that was promised nickname.
He
all of
denied
this.
that.
No, I'm just saying, like,
on national television,
you have crowned him elite too soon. That's my only issue. Like, again, I think he's a good quarterback. He might one day be elite, maybe even within the next year or two. He's not elite now. That's my only issue with all of this. He's a very good quarterback, but he's not yet elite. And you said obviously he wasn't good yesterday. But, Nick, look at these numbers. He's got 9. You see where he ranks. That's what I said on Friday. Mediocre at best. I mean, actually, all of those are below mediocre. He's in the bottom half of the league in every passing category. Nick, he's got 9 touchdowns in 9 games.
Yeah, one less than Lamar.
Yeah, but Lamar runs for touchdowns. Lamar's run for what, 5? Okay. He's got 10 turnovers. So Trevor has 9 touchdowns and 10 turnovers. 6
he needs
picks,
to be better.
4 fumbles. I mean, so my point is just that he's not elite. He's not like Josh Allen, we killed for turning the ball over. But Josh Allen at least produces touchdowns. He's got 24 touchdowns leading the league. So that's all I just think, and the Jags too. I think the Jags are a good team. I still think they'll make the playoffs, but I just don't think they're with Kansas City, Cincinnati, and Baltimore atop the AFC.
So that's where I think the overreaction is, because I think Kansas City is clearly the best team in the conference, and I think Jacksonville is eye level with everyone else, with all the other really good teams. And this is where we have to remind ourselves, like and we can show you the winning streaks. This is the entire league that has had at least a 4-game winning streak. I think we can show it to you. No one has had one longer than 6. The Chiefs are the only one with 6. The Vikings are the only one active. Shout out to them. The Jags were at 5. Now, aside from the Vikings, Brew, all of those other teams are either A-level or B-level contenders, correct?
Yeah, but aside from the Vikings, I mean,
but the Vikings, the Vikings were a 13-win team last year that were written off because of the bad start. And then, I don't know. We can argue about the Vikings another time, but my point is that it would have, listen, I thought they were going to get it to 6 straight wins. I'm not going to run from that. I picked them to win. I thought they were going to win that game. But if every team, the moment they lose, we do a referendum on them, when no team in the league has had.
But they were outclassed. It wasn't 34-31.
Yeah.
It was just like Dallas, we were like 42-10.
A lot of people didn't even get to see the game because Fox.
They cut it off. I was hitting every channel I had.
We got to move. We got to change it.
I'm like, hold on. I can't get it on Sunday Ticket.
It was rough.
Anywhere?
it was rough. All right, I think we're going to bid goodbye to the trumpeters and move on to Dak Prescott.
Okay.
Gentlemen, thank you. That's an overcorrection.
That's
right.
This is where
Guys, I'm really not as great as you're all saying. I had a couple of plays.
5 touchdowns.
You guys are. I know we have to do Brew's grade, but you guys are unbelievable. This is literally what you have been asking Dak to say, and the Cowboys say, and you two are snickering like school children during the press conference, being like, "It's too much. It's too much of what
He's
we
like, I'm
asked for."
going to lose sleep over it. I can't believe. What do we have? 640 total yards. That's not enough. We got to be better than that.
He's doing exactly what he asked you guys to do. What you asked him to do.
Was this an A game for Dallas?
All right, look, I call him like I see him.
Yep.
It was absolutely an A game. Congratulations,
There you go.
Great.
Dallas Cowboys. You deserve it. You had an A game.
What is
that? Nick, is a tomato can. All right, that's what they do against tomato cans. All right, they go out. In fact,
Are you gonna show
I
your
was
headline?
so
He has an
impressed
actual tomato
with the
can.
Cowboys that I brought a little something. The Patriots.
Okay, that's.
Was it 38-3? Tomato can.
Okay.
The Jets. 30-10. I'm going off the top of my head.
Well, they're.
The Giants 40-0.
And this
tomato
week.
can.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Who's it? The
Rams.
Rams.
The Rams.
2017. I think that was a good one.
No,
They didn't show.
2017 was Chargers.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then the
that's
Rams,
right. Yeah, they blew out the Rams.
Yeah, and
then
Giants
the
again.
Giants again.
More tomato cans.
Congratulations, Cowboys.
All right.
This is what you do. So all of you patsies out there, all of you marks, all of you soft touches, watch out. The Cowboys are coming, baby. And next week, who's going to schedule Nick next week? Carolina. They might put up a 60-piece. They might put up a 60-piece on the Panthers. I'm serious. Nobody treats these tomato cans like the Cowboys.
All right, so
Job
listen,
well done.
there, Brew, are the Giants the worst team the NFL's had in the last 40 years?
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay. The Cowboys
They might be in the
outgained
discussion.
them by more yards than any team has been outgained by in 44 years. Okay? I understand, and I said it on Friday,
I know, but
that the
it's what it
Cowboys, we were doing must win, and you guys called it no win.
Yeah.
Because if they lose, it's a disaster. If it's a close win, it's a disaster. And if they dominate a team by a yardage standpoint, the likes of which has not happened since the Carter administration, then all of a sudden, you know what? We got Bellinopoly out here and saying tomato cans.
An A.
All right, here's what I
not
know.
a
I know
negative.
two things. One is they're 6-3. They're going to be 9-3 when they play Philly. And then when they play Philly, they start a stretch. Philly, Buffalo, Miami, Detroit. Those 4 games and finish the year with Washington. That will determine how seriously you guys take them going into the postseason. But I would imagine even if they finish the year 13-4, you guys will still have understandably, the yeah but about the postseason. That's the team. Then there's Dak Prescott, who coming into the year, there was a referendum on him to show us you are who you'd been your whole career as opposed to last year. If I may, listen, Dak clearly had a terrible game aside in that Niners game. And that Niners team has been their bugaboo the last 3 years. I'm not denying it. Dak, can I show you his numbers outside of the Niners game? He's been not good, not very good. He's been extraordinary. Now, we can't remove the Niners game when we talk about him for the season, but what we can say is, outside of that game, he has been the exact guy everyone asked him to be. So they can't pick the schedule, and the Giants are a divisional team. And one thing we've seen is even divisional tomato cans can sometimes cause hiccups for teams.
Sure.
The Patriots are a tomato can, but the Jets can't beat them. Like they're the
Jets.
I'm sorry. The Bills couldn't be. Okay,
look,
I spoke.
I had fun.
No, you guys.
It's my one tiny island.
I had fun with the tomato cans, but look, there is something to just destroying a team you should destroy. Now, they didn't do that to Arizona, but, we've seen Kansas City and other teams play around with teams. So, we have fun with it, but they do destroy tomato cans.
And I said that correctly. The Patriots are tomato can, but the Jets cannot beat the Patriots.
But the Jets are terrible.
What?
Oh, I mean,
We're not
little
tomato
strong.
cans. The Jets are terrible.
You guys
You're not
are tomato
tomato
cans?
cans?
You're no.
When are we doing
Let
the
me show you.
tomato cans?
When are
What
we
is
doing
this?
the Patriots?
What is
Yeah,
this?
they're literally a tomato
We're
can.
currently
literally a
tomato
tomato
cans.
can.
Historically,
You
we
hold
are not.
that. Hold
Okay.
that for me.
Historically,
When are we
are
talking Patriots?
fine pasta sauce.
Because we might have to do another
Another
another intervention.
We're better than the Jets.
I don't.
No,
no,
you're
you're not
not.
better than anyone.
Yeah, we did. We played
You're
the Jets and we
tweeting
won.
out
You get 'em
Caleb
at the
Played
end
Williams.
the
of the
Jets
season,
and
buddy.
we won. We played
You're
the Jets
tweeting
and
out
we won.
The
Caleb
battle for
Williams
the bottom.
highlights.
Well, Caleb Williams looks great.
What? You're tweeting. You're the one tweeting out his highlights.
Saying.
Throwing snaps.
Tomato cans beware. Does Bruce still have faith in Joe Burrow? That's next on FS1, the Fox Sports channel on Sirius XM. That was a good call by you.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.